What you got, man? Congrats.
Thank you.
Was that just the past couple weeks? Or?
Last Saturday.
Last time?
Yeah.
You didn't want to do it at a Texas A&M football game or something?
Center field?
Yeah, center field over there, them baseball game.
Nah. We did it on the way out here, so took care of that. I'm good now.
Who knew you were such a romantic?
I know. What can I say?
How'd you go about it? Was there any element of surprise? Was there any
I did my best, but she's been investigating for a while, so she didn't make it easy to make it a surprise. But no, she kind of had an idea, but she didn't know for sure. So
awesome?
So what were the magic words? How did you?
I can't be giving the magic ones out, But no, I just got a little more nervous than I thought I would. But we got the thing out the backpack, pulled it out, said a few magic words, and next thing you know, she said yes. So we were good.
Seemed like everybody in your rotation either got engaged or had a kid this offseason, other than Brian.
Other than he's got some work to do.
Catch it up.
Yeah,
You guys are all grown-ups now. It's kind of frightening.
I know. We're getting there. Logan, yesterday I saw him holding his baby. He's holding it like this, just looking at it. And I was like, "What happened?" He's like, "It pooped."
They do that.
Yeah.
Bryce, how do you feel this spring? It looked like you were throwing pretty hard, like always, in the first few bullpens. But how do you feel physically right now?
Yeah, everything feels really good. Been trying to kind of ease into it and not go too quick, but it's kind of been tough because like elbows felt great, shoulders felt great. Put some weight on, and the ball's coming out really good right now. So I'm excited to get out there with hitters and see what it looks like. But got a couple tweaked things, like brought the cutter back. It's been really good. Very consistent. Last year it was anytime I'd throw it early in the year, I would just kind of hope that it would cut, and then I'd try to make it cut more than I need to, and then I would yank it, so it was kind of all over the place. And so far this offseason, I mean, it's been pretty big, like 5, 6, 7 horizontal, and cuts every time. So I don't think I have to worry about, hoping that it cuts. It just, if they call it, I'll throw it and it'll cut. So we got that. Tweaked the slider a little bit, a little more depth. Should be around -5, -6, around there. So quite a big difference from my old slider of the past. Still gyro, but just more down instead of just kind of 2 and -2.
Is that the big Mike slider, the big Mike grip? Is that the one you throw, or a different one?
No, actually, I got it. I was scrolling Twitter one day, and Abreu popped up from Houston, and I just saw that he's a 2-pitch guy, sits 97, 98, but I saw his slider metrics, and he was 99 percentile whiff or something last year, and so I was like, all right, let me try that one. I've tried every other slider grip so far, so we'll try that one. And then first couple bullpens, I mean, like immediately got to that shape, that similar shape to him. So I text Trent, asked him, and then he was like, yeah, that'll work. So we're going to see how that one works. The old slider of the last 4 years felt like if I didn't perfectly execute it, then they'd hit it, and didn't have any whiff. So I'm hoping this one should have a little more whiff and give me a little bit more margin for error. But so we got that. Curveball I think is going to be a little bigger, and then still got the sweeper, sinker, fastball.
The cutter, is that just to get off the barrel a little bit? I mean, in on lefties.
Yeah.
And, kind of.
Yeah, it's just been really good. I feel like I need to throw it. And I think, I work the 4 and the sinker quite a bit to the righties. So when we get lefties in, I kind of delete the sinker unless we're going front hip. And so this will kind of give me a similar option for lefties. And then, I don't know, I think it'll be good to righties too if I throw it early and they're, sitting heater. If they try to jump a heater and they get a cutter, some weak contact and maybe a quick inning.
How hard do you throw it?
Yesterday it was 92. I think should be able to throw it 92, 94, depending on, or 95, 97 yesterday, so, and it was 92. Should be around there.
That's the range you want.
Yeah.
When did you feel like you maybe lost the feel for that pitch over the course of last season?
I think I just added it and it wasn't really ready to go, and then we were throwing it in game, and I don't know, I didn't have the trust in it. Like, if Cal called it and Shohei's up, I'm like, all right, well, hopefully this thing cuts. But no, we kind of got away from it last year because I was trying to make it cut, and then that was kind of making me pull yank everything, and I was kind of starting to cut the heater. And so that's one thing with the cutter. I just need to make sure, like, I really focus on in catch play anytime I'm throwing four seams to make sure I stay behind it so I don't lose anything on the fastball by throwing more cutters.
Bryce, with the injuries you had, mostly in the early part of the year, later on, how were you able to come back and make those starts like you did at the end of the year in the postseason? You're so good.
Yeah, I finally felt good at the end. It's a lot easier when you're feeling good, and it just took us a while to get it figured out and get my elbow, back to feeling normal, and then going out and like feeling good and throwing and not worrying about anything just adds to confidence. And I think like this whole off season's been great so far. Like, I haven't felt anything in the elbow. Elbow's feels 100%. Shoulder feels great, and I think the added weight that I put on should help me and be a little more durable. So that all adds to the confidence, and yeah, I'm ready to get rolling, get some hitters in the box, and start some games.
Just to
How
do
important-
maintenance for that? Do you have to do maintenance for your elbow over the off season right here, or is it just you have the PRP, did some other stuff, and it helps clean it up a little bit?
Yeah, no, I did. The main thing that helped it was it's called Synvisc. It's like a gel, like joint lubricant, and that thing, I think it took a little bit for it to settle in and kind of get to wherever it needed to be. But after I got that, that's when I started feeling a lot better. And I thought I was gonna have to get the spurs shaved down and removed. And then I thought I would for sure get another injection in the off season. After we finished, I talked to the team and talked to Meister, and Meister was like, "Don't touch it. If it feels good, don't touch it." And now that we know kind of how to help it, then if he was like, if you feel anything in the off season or anything in spring training or anything during the year, just get another injection and you'll be back rolling again. Now that we know how to fix it, so he advised against doing anything until I feel something. So so far I haven't felt nothing.
It'd be comforting not to have to get the surgery too. Like,
Yeah.
have them shaved down. Everybody gets the spurs eventually, but like not to have to do it right away is probably nice.
Yeah, and anytime you dig in the elbow and change anything, you're risking other stuff happening, and that was my main concern. At first I was like, why don't I just get it removed and I won't have to deal with it? But I think there's a lot more that could go into it than just removing them and feeling great. Sometimes people get it removed and it changes the way your elbow works when you throw, and that leads to something else worse happening. And plus, you get it removed, it might come back in 6 months, or it might come back in 6 years. Like, you don't know how fast it'll grow back. So if you can stay out of there, the longer the better.
It seemed like it was going to be inevitable the way we were talking about it last year. Just how much of a relief is it in that sense that, this isn't something that you're going to have to worry about, at least in the immediate? Yeah,
for sure. I mean, I've never had any kind of surgery except for I got my tonsils out. But so yeah, I mean, I'd rather not do any if I can. So the main thing though was, I think if I wouldn't have gotten to pitch in the postseason and to feel really good, and then if I wouldn't have had, as successful of an off season as I did, then I think I would have still been probably pushing to get him out. But just the way it's felt the last 5 months, like feels like it's not even there.
How much did the outings in the postseason kind of reset your whole thought of the season itself? I mean, because you were pretty frustrated missing that much time, and then you go in and really contribute in the postseason. That had to kind of help wash away some of the other frustration, didn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Statistically last year didn't pitch good and missed half the season, so I didn't really feel like I contributed much to us getting to the postseason, but I was definitely happy to get out there and pitch well and give us a chance in the postseason and pitch like myself, and gave me confidence and kind of reset, like you said, reset me mentally going into the off season. Ended on a positive note for me, and just looking forward to a healthy year.
Just how cool is it to be a part of that too? Just given that there was some uncertainty as you were going through the summer, and that you had just missed the previous postseason run by a couple months because you didn't debut.
Yeah.
Just being a part of the playoff atmosphere and being able to perform as well.
Yeah, no, it was cool. It was a lot of fun. I mean, everybody's always heard like how much fun the postseason, how electric the postseason is, and getting to experience it firsthand and on the field and make an impact was super cool, and I think important for me and for everybody that got to experience it. Moving forward, like we've been there, we know what it feels like, and we want to get back and go further.
Bryce, our starting five, I think, is as good as anybody in baseball. You come from different parts of the country, different backgrounds. How would you describe how all you five guys have come together, as a unit to form one of the best rotations in baseball?
Yeah.
Personalities.
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak on other rotations, but I would assume we got to be at the top for the closest five. We're all super close. We talk all off season. I'd probably talk to Logan, I don't know, 20 or 30 times this off season, and it's just it's five really good dudes, and come from good families, and we all kind of have each other's best interest. We want us all to do good, and we want us all to do good off the field too. And I think that helps. We're super competitive, but we also care for the other four, and we want the other four to do as good as we do. And I'm still waiting to see Louis, but he's on baby girl number 3, so he'll be having fun with that. But no, it's a really close group, and we have a lot of fun, and we push each other. But I think we all kind of just feed off of each other.
Describe yourselves like big brothers, little brothers, in a way, the way you have fun.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I don't know. It's just I never had any brothers or sisters, so I can't relate to that. But it's just I don't know. We're just all really really good friends, and we're close. And like I said, we want all of us to do good and be healthy, and then it's I don't know. It's a lot of fun, being with this 5 for going on to the 4th season.
Do you call Logan or do you text him? Are you calling him all the time? Or
We lined up our schedules to where I would call him in the car on the way when I'm leaving where I was working out, and he was always in the car too. So
so he's probably he got done working out. So
Yeah.
at the same time, that works out because he's got a kid now.
I know.
Late at night.
Yeah, no.
It's like Trent said sometimes when you would text him late at night.
Trent, yeah, he wouldn't answer me till like 2 a.m. I don't know what his problem was. I'd be about to do a bullpen, and I'd be like, Trent, how many do I throw today? What velo do you want me at? Like 3 a.m. he'd answer me. I'm like, I already did it. You missed your chance.
Do you guys have a group chat of just the 5 of you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you also?
And Cal.
And
yeah,
Cal's in it.
Well, there's one with Cal and one without Cal. So
That was what I was going.
So the one without Cal, how much is Cal a subject in the one without?
quite a bit, yeah.
Hey, like, I know there's the LSU Texas A&M thing, but you see Kate Anderson. I mean, you're standing there watching, and you're watching every metric, and then you watch Sloan throw. I mean, what is your impression of these two kids? Because they've been everybody's been raving about them what they're doing right now.
Yeah, I haven't got to see Anderson throw too much. I stood behind him when he was warming up the other day, but they didn't have the thing on, so I couldn't see the analytics. But no, I think they both, for being, I know they're different ages, but for being young and fresh out of high school or college, like they're both super professional and they get their work done, and you didn't know who they were. You would just assume they were, they've been doing it for a long time. And I think that's something that a lot of guys, it takes them a while to adjust and to know, how to get into a routine and how to do your stuff and how to be on time and do what your body needs you to do. And they all, you can tell they already know how to do it. And but yeah, they're on top of that. Their stuff is great. It's electric. I think I saw Sloan was 99 yesterday, and I stood behind one of his bullpens the other day, and sinker looked really good. And I figured he'd been throwing that for a long time. I saw yesterday. I think you were writing it that he just added that.
Yeah.
So no, they're both gonna be fun to watch, and I'm sure we'll need them. We'll need them at some point. So whenever we do, it'll be. I don't think they're gonna have any problem, adjusting and competing.
How much does the Mariners player development system, they have all they they talk about be who you are on the mound, pitch to your strengths, you have your plan A. But the overall aspect of being who you are as a person and not trying to change you, or they don't want you to be robots. It's not like military here. How important is that to find your best self? Because we're hearing guys like Colt Emerson talk about it. It seems like that's a pretty cool deal that they don't want you to fit some cookie cutter image. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that kind of started with me, just my first year in camp. Service at the time, he would call out everybody in the room and make us do a bunch of different stuff, and just getting to know your teammates and being yourself, and not, especially for guys that it's their first time, in camp and their first time around the big league guys. For me, I thought, I was kind of scared to talk to some of those guys. I'd see Robbie across the room, fresh off of Cy Young, and not want to go up and talk to him. And I think it's big for those guys just to be themselves and to be comfortable in that room and comfortable around the whole team. And that way, when they do get up to the big leagues, they're we already know them. They already know that they can be comfortable and, like you said, be themselves and not act like they're somebody different. I think that makes it a lot easier to go out and be yourself on the mound whenever you're not trying to be somebody else, in the clubhouse. So, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know where where all of that is coming from, if it's just a culture thing or what, but it's definitely something I think that helps out a lot.
What's it like for you being in the spot that you're in now, the role that you're in now, and thinking that you were in their shoes just 2 or 3 years ago, and being somebody that they can lean on, come learn from, sit down and have lunch with, just, in a short amount of time to see where you're at now and kind of get back, so to speak.
Yeah, it's cool, but it's gone quick. I feel like it was not that long ago that, I was sitting on the other side of the clubhouse in there and looking at Robbie and Marco and, not wanting to talk to him and just go watching. I'd be creeping up on Robbie's, his extreme grunting bullpens.
Those are amazing.
And trying to learn from them, but no, yeah, it's cool. I mean, even yesterday, like Naylor said something in the meeting, just like, or no, somebody said something in the meeting about you got 2 ears and 1 mouth, and kind of talking to the younger guys, like to stick your ear, in different conversations and go talk to different guys. And I think that's big. I mean, I think everybody needs to talk to everybody. And, I think one thing that was really helpful with me when I got called up in 23 was just that I felt like I already knew everybody in that clubhouse. And just that was mainly based off of spring training. Like, it's already hard enough going into a big league clubhouse for the first time and worrying about what you're going to do on the field and getting family there and all that stuff. And it helps a ton, getting into the clubhouse and seeing guys that, you already feel like you're friends with and you already know, and that they support you and all that, instead of, walking into a clubhouse where you don't know anybody and you kind of got to do all of it on your own. So I think that's a big part of helping the young guys, when they do get up, like if they can feel as comfortable as they can, as quick as possible. I think it's big.
It seems like that just speaks to the culture that you guys have established, not just necessarily organizationally, but the players themselves, the guys that have grown up in the system, you, the rotation, everybody, the homegrown players, guys you've gone and added, whether it's Naylor. How much ownership do you guys take of that?
Yeah, I think quite a bit. I mean, I don't think there's anybody in the clubhouse, like, I think, was there 75 guys in there? I don't think there's nobody that is, too big to talk to somebody new or anything. Like, everybody's is a good dude. Everybody's willing to help out whoever, and I think that's big. And yeah, I think it's just kind of part of who we are. We got a bunch of good dudes. Nobody's got a big ego or nothing, and I don't think that's that can be said about every clubhouse. So I think it's something really cool.
Bryce, we're about 4 days away from our first Cactus League game. How are they going to ease you in as far as your workload in the early part of the spring compared to the last few years? It'll be the same, or are you going to keep a better eye on you, or what?
I would assume it'll be the same. I don't know exactly when my first. I have to do a live, some live ABs, and then I'll do another bullpen, and then I'll be in the game. So it'll be at least a week, but probably more than a week. But we'll get in there, and it'll be 1+, and then 2+, 3+, and
30 pitches, 40 pitches.
yeah, it should be. Yeah, I think that they were hoping the first one will be about 30, and so if that's one really long inning, or or hopefully not. Hopefully it's a quick one, and hopefully 2 quick ones. But yeah, we'll get in there and hopefully get built up. I think try to get to 75 before we leave. And I don't know the order or exactly which day yet, but kind of depends on how the next few days go. Get everybody lined out, and then get in there.
You were intimidated by Robbie. Was it the jean shorts or the grunting or what was it? The whole.
Well, I was out there throwing a bullpen one time. I was in gas camp, and Max Wiener was out there, and somebody else was throwing. I don't remember who it was. And Robbie walked out, and he had just got to town, put his tight pants on, and walked out. And we had the track man up. We were throwing bullpens on the field 1 or whatever, and Robbie just walked up and was like, "Hey, I need the mound." And during somebody's bullpen, and he just started throwing. And so we're all just kind of standing there waiting for him. And it was like fastball only bullpen, like screaming. And it was like 89. and then Max was like, "Hey, so how many do you think you're going to throw?" And he was like, "Till I get tired." And I was like, "This dude, he don't care about nothing." And so that was my first impression with him. So then that kind of, I was like, I don't know, I'm going to have to ease into this guy here. He just.
And then like you get to know him. He's like the nicest.
Yeah, he
dude
is.
ever. Like,
Yeah. But that was funny. I don't remember who was throwing, but they got kicked off the mound.